Today is Wednesday, December 11th, and this is your forecast for the northeastern United States. Some pretty impactful weather today. That comes in the form of rain, strong winds, and for some, especially by the end of the day, some snow. That's going to be mainly over the higher elevations of upstate New York and even the southern tier of New York State. But let's get started with the headlines. And in New York City, it's the rain and the wind that will really impact you, especially this afternoon and early this evening. The rain could be really heavy at times, with as much as 2 to 2.5 inches of rain possible for parts of the 5 boroughs. You combine the wind with that, you got a wind-driven rain. That means the umbrella really not going to be as helpful as you'd like. So maybe take the rain jacket instead of the umbrella. And yeah, especially right along the shore in Long Island, anywhere along the shore here in New York City, southern New England, we could see wind gusts as high as 50 miles per hour. There are wind advisories and wind warnings in effect. Then as the colder air is coming in, this is going to change over to lake effect snow, and that'll be prominent east of both Lake Erie and Lake Ontario going into late tonight and tomorrow. So on and off rain this morning, but the rain will become heavy at times as we go through the afternoon. As I mentioned earlier, with the wind gusting 40 to 50 miles per hour, the umbrella may not be all that helpful today, so maybe the rain jacket instead to protect yourself. The rain lingers for a while this evening, but it looks like after 8 o'clock, the rain's going to begin to taper off in New York City. It'll be a little bit later as you head off to the east. So 50 today in Syracuse with rain, 45 with rain mainly this morning in Buffalo. That'll change over to snow pretty quickly for the areas south of Buffalo later on tonight. And that's where the lake effect snow is going to really pile up, south of Buffalo and also north of Syracuse. This is how much rain we're expecting through at least midnight. It'll probably rain a little bit after that, but 1 to 1.5 inches of rain going to be pretty common, but I think some localized amounts of 2 inches or more are going to certainly be possible in New York City and southern New England. So big storm system pushing up through the eastern seaboard. There's just a conveyor belt of moisture all up and down the eastern seaboard. It's raining today from northern Maine all the way down to northern Florida, and we have some areas of heavy rain there as well. As colder air begins to work in, some of this rain is going to switch over to snow, and there's quite this Arctic blast coming in, and we're going to see highs in the 20s, I think, not too far away from New York City for tomorrow and Friday. Looking at the snow amounts, this is through Friday, probably Friday night. You know, it looks like late tonight into tomorrow morning, 2 or 3 inches possible for mainly the hills south and around Syracuse, but east of Lake Erie and Lake Ontario, that bullseye there is well over a foot of snow. We have lake effect snow warnings in those areas. So it's going to be cold tomorrow, lingering showers, a high not even at 40 in New York City. 30s but dry on Friday, and then we start to climb out of that here for the weekend. Highs in the 40s for the city, and maybe even approaching 50 at times going into the middle of next week. So there's lots to talk about on this Wednesday. I hope it is a great day and a fantastic second half of the week. And remember that as long as you want there to be, there will always be a 100% chance of good things.